I think sometimes we forget everybody goes through the same things that we go through, and then we can tend to alienate ourselves. We are all basically going through the same things. That's what makes life more relatable. So why alienate yourself and feel like you're just so different from everybody else? It just makes us who we are as one people. You know what I'm saying? So that is the one thing that makes us all so relatable. Don't try to disqualify your own self and alienate your own self from everything and everybody because you feel like you're the only one going through a struggle. All of us, we are all one. Okay, so therefore, why try to alienate yourself from everyone else? I don't know. It's not healthy. It's really not healthy because then you're separating now yourself. For what reason? And then this is why people feel alone. We're not supposed to feel alone in what we're going through because everyone has the same struggles and goes through the same thing. So it's more just about understanding what it is that you're going through and knowing that you can make a difference in the world because you're going through what the world goes through. It's just what everybody goes through. And this is how you're becoming and how you are relatable to everybody. I just read a quote this morning. It's not always about change. Because really, what if the only change you need to make is stop trying to change and trying to you only become more of yourself. It's only best to become more of yourself, more of the version of you that you were before the world told you what you were, or before all of those addictions and all of those things of the flesh came in, tried to take over your being. Who you were before that state of lack, scarcity, or fear came in, because we were never meant to stay in that state. We were never meant to get into that state. Those like fear is absolutely normal because that's how you navigate. It's how you know when something is gonna happen and like that's what animals have in nature, so that when the animals or whatever they're coming to eat them, they feel the fear and they know, oh my god, I'm about to get eaten at. So we are supposed to have natural fear, but a lot of fear is stemmed in scarcity. And why are we in a state of scarcity when God said He'll provide all that we need in His perfect time? So what I'm realizing is it's more than just talking about God and talking about this and talking about that. It's really about you, because God has created you, and then you're getting to know who you are, obviously through the way God sees you. So that does require more of just being who you are, because God doesn't have to change. God doesn't have to change, and there's so many levels and faces to who God is. That means there's so many levels and faces to who you are. So don't limit yourself and don't feel like you're in a bad space just because you're in a season of dryness and you don't have, what you think you should have, because you're in a season of just chastisement. Every season has its reason. Everything has its purpose. And it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies all the time. Flowers bloom in its seasons. and then the flowers die in its seasons, and then they come back. It's all a part of nature. And I think what I'm learning is to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of each season. Nature, how it's supposed to be naturally, But if you're going against the grain and going against nature and how nature is supposed to flow, you're just gonna stay stuck in a place where you're not supposed to be for longer than it needs to happen. So understanding that God has so many different faces. There's so many. I don't care how much church you go to, how much you listen to the pastors and the preachers or whatever, how much you read the Bible and this and that. God is different. God has different faces. He is a protector. He's a provider. There's so many different sides. For you to just be stuck on one version of yourself, I acknowledge that you are destined to change. You are destined to go through a dry season. You're destined to go through things that make you feel like you're not enough. You're destined to go through these things. But the key is to know that it's teaching you something. It doesn't mean that you're not enough. Don't be stuck on a version of yourself that you were before, when God is trying to push you into this new person and show you just this. What is that? Is that okay? And push you into this new person. I'm using my Snapchat camera. So I guess Snapchat does that. I have no idea. Is that person or that version of yourself? I know you loved her. I know you loved him. Now you're in a new state, and this is real life. You're in a new state, and you're just like, well, hold on. This past version of me was not going through this, and I want that person back. Baby, the blessings are on the other side of what you have to go through, things you have to shed the idea of how you're always supposed to be who that person is, right? Because there's so many different versions of us, so many different faces, so many different things, but we're still the one person. We are still that one person, right? It's just nature. It's nature. That's how it works. That flower or that tree that's all blooming, the leaves are all beautiful in the springtime and all the da-da-da. It's the same tree when the leaves are gone and it's all ripe. Okay? Don't be stuck on that old version of yourself. Let's bring it all together. Do not be stuck on that old version of yourself when it's just supposed to be a part of who you are, not who you're going to be forever. You are going to become better, and that side and that person, that version of you will be there. Don't diminish it. Even the person that you were before that you did not like, you still have things to learn from that person. That version of you will chase you and chase you and chase you until you realize and accept why you were that version of yourself to begin with. You must accept all parts and all versions of yourself, okay? Even where you are right now, accept where you are right now. Everything is it's all temporary. Challenges and situations, it's temporary. And I think the real reason why I'm recording is because years from now, when I am exactly where my eye showed me I was going to be, in the car that I want, in the house that I want, my family, in the Grammys, doing whatever. Like, when I'm in that, I want to be able to look back at this video and be like, dang girl, it really was okay. Like, everything was going to be okay. And I'm speaking to her now. Girl, look at you, you made it. You're sitting right here in that spot doing makeup, and now look at where you are now. Look at where you are now. You aren't even using Fit Me anymore, girl. You're doing good. Like, you're doing great. all the things that burdened you, all of the strongholds God has set you free from, now you realize that you had to go through what you went through, and you had to deal with those things for a reason. And you made it through. Look at you, girl. Look at you. Look at you. Yes, so that's it, you guys. I'm just documenting. I just want to document because I'm amazing. Despite of all the anxiousness and all of the paranoia and all of these things that I'm going through it because I'm helping the world become a better place. And how else am I supposed to help the world be a better place if I don't understand those things myself? So I vow to be the most authentic version of me every single day. I believe and know and trust the words that come out of my mouth, and I am not afraid and I am not ashamed of who I am or who I was. Okay? You got pep talk yourself, child. Don't wait for nobody to come and say to you what you need to be saying to yourself. You say what you need to say to yourself because can't nobody do what you can do better than anybody else can. I am going to quantum leap and jump and tump and frump and front flip and cartwheel into this version of myself, this higher version of myself. I haven't even met her before, but I know she exists, okay, because I am in her right now. This body is still going to elevate to that point of consciousness, and I'm going to love on this body and take care of this body and talk to this body and take care of this mind through all the changes and through all of the things and through all of the versions. I'm going to love on her. I'm going to take care of her. Okay, I'm not gonna be all weird and overthink and be weird with myself. And if you're watching this too, make a vow to your own self. Talk to your own self like this too, baby, because we're gonna get through this. We are not gonna let lower states of mind, consciousness, we're not gonna vibrate at that frequency. We're gonna vibrate at a high frequency. We're gonna understand the lows to get to the high, okay? Because life is all about, the little waves and all that stuff. So enjoy the journey. That's the message today. Just enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let's stay divine, baby.